Have you ever felt like no matter how much you do, you're still behind? That was most definitely me years ago, juggling multiple degrees, an associate's, a bachelor's. I even have two masters, all while working and trying to balance life. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, and welcome to Ignite Futures Glow Forward with Jocelyn, the podcast where we, you and I, turn challenges into clarity, confidence, and actionable growth. Today is Friday, February 20th, 2026. We are well into the year, but it is still only the beginning. I want you to take time out right now and I want you to reflect. Are you moving forward in your learning journey or are you spinning your wheels? Today, I'm talking about resetting your educational journey, not by doing more, but by doing what actually fits, what builds confidence and moves you towards your purpose. Before we dive, right, into strategies for resetting your education, I want to share a little bit about my own journey because I've been there, done it, wrote a book on it, have a story, want to hear it, here it goes. I got that from a living color back in the days, y'all. I've accumulated quite a few degrees over the years. I have an associate's in liberal arts and childhood education. I have a bachelor's in childhood education and children and youth studies. I have a master's in social work, clinical social work, with a specialization in child welfare. And I have a master's in educational leadership. For my first 3 degrees, I was a single mother. Okay, I had my son at 19, pregnant at 18, but I still knew that education was where I needed to get to and hold so I could make a better life for my son and I. This all started around the age of about 25, 26, I believe is when I first got my first degree. Raising my child while juggling school, work, and life, it was not a straight line. I promise you. There were moments of clarity. There was moments of frustration. I had my doubt. And I also had to celebrate. I mean, I'm a GED recipient. I got my GED at the age of 25, I believe. I remember times when I wondered if I was stretching myself too thin or if all the effort would truly make a difference, not just for me, but for my child's future. His future always been just as important as mine. There were wins, okay? Graduating from each program, learning new skills, and opening doors because of my education. And then there were losses. Some courses, especially early on, that didn't go as planned, opportunities that I didn't get, or moments that I really felt that I was behind my peers. I went to the school in the daytime and I was a little bit older, right? In my 20s. Some of these people were like 19, 20, 21, so still younger, no kids. But each no or setback felt heavy at that time. It just was what it was. But here's the thing, right? Every setback became a reset moment. Every time I felt stuck, I had to really take a step back and I needed to ask myself, what is working? What isn't working? How can I adjust my approach without losing sight of my goals? Those reset moments helped me refocus on my strengths, align my path with my purpose, and it built the resilience that I needed to keep going because they didn't stop me. These setbacks redirected me towards opportunities I wouldn't have considered otherwise. Listen, you might need a reset if you feel drained or unmotivated. If you feel unmotivated by your learning, if you feel overwhelmed by workload or expectations, if you feel disconnected from your goals, unsure about next steps, that reset is calling your name. Take out that journal. I know you got it close. You know I'm about to give you something. I want you to take a moment to write this down. Well, you're going to answer this, but you're going to write down your response, okay? What part of my learning, meaning you, is working? And what isn't? Because if you can recognize that, then it is the first step toward intentional growth. A student frustrated with homework may need to adjust study strategies. An adult learner exhausted by online courses may need to shift pacing or format. Parents that are supporting children may need to rethink their approach to guidance and encouragement. These are just a few examples. If this is what is happening, or you know someone that's experiencing this, then there's an educational reset that needs to come into play. Let me give you an example from me, right? Full disclosure. While pursuing my Master of Social Work, right, I had to balance internships, field work, and academics. As a single mother, the pressure was even greater. I remember a semester where I thought I was failing. I was tired, y'all. The stress was so freaking real. And honestly, I considered pausing altogether. Like, listen, I'll come back to this when I'm an adult. But I got my master's back in 2012 to 2014. So I was already an adult. So instead of quitting, I took a step back, right? Because I can't quit. I can't quit and do this over. I need this now. I assessed what was overwhelming me. Asked for guidance from mentors, from family, from friends, people that really cared for me and supported me. And then I restructured my whole schedule. That reset not only helped me complete the program, but also taught me how to navigate high pressure situations, prioritize effectively, and damn sure advocate for myself. Here goes another reset I had to do, right? It came during my Master of Educational Leadership degree time, right? That program. I realized that leadership wasn't just about credentials. It was about practical application, connecting with people, and building a vision. Some assignments, they just didn't feel aligned with my goals. So I had to pivot focus, identify projects that matched my interests, and even let go of tasks that weren't serving me. That intentional reset made all the difference in shaping my leadership approach today. I have another journal entry for you to do. I want you to take a moment and think of one educational or professional setback that you've had. How could that be a reset moment instead of a stop? Why we gotta stop? Resetting and stopping is two different things. What I want listeners to take away, right, from this episode is this. Your path doesn't have to be perfect in no shape, way, or form. Setbacks don't define your worth. Wins don't define your potential. Because what really matters is how you pause, reflect, and intentionally reset to keep moving forward. Whether it's adjusting your course load, shifting learning strategies, or redefining your goals, education resets are about alignment, clarity, and growth. Not doing more for the sake of doing work. Well, I was going to say for the sake of doing more, because in my head, I got busy work. That's what it sounds like when you're just trying to knock these things down. That's busy work. You're supposed to be doing things that fit with what it is that you want to do and see yourself doing and makes you happy because it's aligned with the mission, the vision, the purpose that you have within. Here are some tips, right, for you to actually reset your education journey. Number one, I want you to reflect and assess. Identify what energizes you and what drains you. Focus on subjects, courses, or skills aligned with your strengths and goals. Number two, reframe setbacks as redirection. Missed goals are not failures. They're data points. Ask yourself, what does this teach me about my next move? Number three, set achievable, aligned goals, please. Short-term wins, mid-term milestones, long-term objectives. Number four, build support systems. Mentors, peers, tutors, coaches. Come on through, parents and caregivers. What you need to do with who you're helping is collaborate with educators to guide learners. Get the support that you need so you can be the help to another. And number 5, replace pressure with strategy. Planners, trackers, reflection exercises. I want you to focus on intention over busyness. Here goes another journal entry. I want you to write down one habit, course, or approach you want to reset this week. Take one intentional step toward it. Listen, everybody, resetting your education is a gift. It is really not a failure. I need you to remember that clarity replaces pressure, strategy replaces overwhelm, intentional growth replaces aimless effort. So, no matter your role, student, adult learner, parent, caregiver, or professional, your path doesn't need to be perfect. Oh no, you can be perfectly imperfect. What matters is how you pause, reset, and move forward intentionally. Every step that you take, big or small, it matters. Your education journey is yours to design. It's yours. If this episode resonates, I want you to like, follow, share, and subscribe. And I want you to follow me, Ignite Futures with Jocelyn, okay? Wherever you listen to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Come on and go forward with me. For more strategies and inspiration, I want you to grab my book, From Stuck to Spark, on Amazon. It is full of tools, and I personally use to navigate resets in my educational professional journey. So listen, I'm not going to ever give you something that I would not use myself. I promise you it works. And I want to leave you with this question. What's one part of your learning journey you want to reset this year? I want you to comment it in the comment section. I want you to reflect. I want you to share your story because your story may just help another. In the next episode, I'm going to be exploring life skills, reset, confidence, habits, and next moves, helping you thrive academically as well, right? But professionally and personally. I want everybody to reset, reclaim, and I want you to grow, and I want you to glow forward.